morning, students. Today we are going to learn a lesson about a movie that was written by Prahalad Agarwal, and this lesson comes from our Gadya Bhag, that is prose. Let us see a few important things about Prahalad Agarwal, the writer of this lesson. Prahalad Agarwal 1947। भारत की आज़ादी के साल मध्य प्रदेश के जबलपुर शहर में जन्मे प्रहलाद अग्रवाल ने हिंदी से एमए तक शिक्षा हासिल की। प्रहलाद अग्रवाल was born in Jabalpur of Madhya Pradesh, and it was in the year 1947, and he got his post-graduation education from the same place in हिंदी। इन्हें किशोर वय से ही हिंदी में फिल्मों के इतिहास और फिल्मकारों के जीवन और उनके अभिनय के बारे में विस्तार से जानने और उस पर चर्चा करने का शौक रहा। प्रहलाद अग्रवाल has a passion, has an interest in knowing about the film stars and also about their talent of action. He was very much interested in these two topics, and he used to discuss these kind of things with people who are all well versed in these two issues. इन दिनों सतना के शासकीय स्वशासी स्नातकोत्तर महाविद्यालय में प्राध्यापन कर रहे प्रहलाद अग्रवाल फिल्म क्षेत्र से जुड़े लोगों और फिल्मों पर बहुत कुछ लिख चुके हैं। It is said that from Satna has an autonomous governing body college, and it is a post-graduation college, and he was the principal of that college, and he was totally connected with Filmi Kshetra. What is Filmi Kshetra? Field of cinemas, and he was also an author of so much literature about films, and he was very much interested to move in the same direction even in the days to come, और आगे भी इस क्षेत्र को अपने लेखन का विषय बनाने रखने के लिए कृत संकल्प है। He is very much interested to do some more work in the same field, that is say about films, and also he wants to make his own mission still more expanded. इनकी प्रमुख कृतियां हैं सातवां दशक, तानाशाह, माई खुशबू, सुपरस्टार, राज कपूर, आधी हकीकत, आधा फसाना, कवि शैलेंद्र, जिंदगी की जीत में यकीन, प्यासा, चिर अतृप्त गुरुदत्त, उत्ताल उमंग, सुभाष घई की फिल्म कला, और रे मांझी, विमल राय का सिनेमा, और महाबाजार के महानायक, 21वीं सदी का सिनेमा. See children, how many books he has written totally connected to films, film making, acting, and also the other expertise related to films. So, Prahalad Agarwal is not only interested in films, not only interested in knowing about the things like film making, and also different say angles of film making. He wrote so many books about film making, and almost all the books are very valuable books to the lovers of film making. Now let us see why this lesson has been taken as a very important lesson for you people in 10th class level. पाठ का प्रवेश। साल के किसी महीने का शायद ही कोई शुक्रवार ऐसा जाता हो जब कोई न कोई हिंदी फिल्म सिने पर्दे पर न पहुंचती हो। साल के किसी महीने का शायद ही कोई शुक्रवार ऐसा जाता हो जब कोई न कोई हिंदी फिल्म सिने पर्दे पर न पहुंचती हो। You people know very well, almost all the Hindi movies are released mostly on Fridays. To my knowledge, there is no Friday without the release of a new Hindi movie. इनमें से कुछ सफल रहती हैं तो कुछ असफल. Yeah, as we all know, maybe some of the pictures are successful and maybe some of the pictures are not very successful. कुछ दर्शकों को कुछ अरसे तक याद रहती हैं, कुछ को वह सिनेमा घर से बाहर निकलते ही भूल जाते हैं. We know the successful stories will be in the minds of people for years and years and years together, where some pictures are forgotten soon after we leave the, say, theater and come out. There are two varieties of pictures which stay in the mind and which just go out of our minds. लेकिन जब कोई फिल्मकार किसी साहित्यिक कृति को पूरी लगन और ईमानदारी से पर्दे पर उतारता है तो उसकी फिल्म न केवल यादगार बन जाती है बल्कि लोगों का मनोरंजन करने के साथ उन्हें कोई बेहतर संदेश देने में भी कामयाब रहती है. But children, just remember, suppose a person who is preparing or making a film, provided he is a person of literature, just remember his movie will be the most wonderful movie and it also makes people remember it for, say, decades together. Not only that, it entertains us. Not only that, it also gives us a very, very valuable message, which helps us in our life. In many, many angles, that particular movie, which is prepared particularly by a literary personality, will be in our minds forever. एक गीतकार के रूप में कई दशकों तक फिल्म क्षेत्र से जुड़े रहे कवि और गीतकार ने जब फणीश्वरनाथ रेणु की अमर कृति तीसरी कसम उर्फ मारे गए गुलफाम को सिने पर्दे पर उतारा तो वह मील का पत्थर सिद्ध हुई. There was a poet and a lyricist. You know who is a lyricist? Who writes songs. A person by name Phanishwaranatha Renu, he made a film by name Teesari Kasam. And this Teesari Kasam has been just proved itself a milestone in the history of Hindi films. When it was prepared or when it was just constructed, it was just like a Gadha, a story, a legendary, say, movie for people, and then even today and even in the future, Teesari Kasam is said to be a milestone in the history of Indian Hindi movies. आज भी उनकी गणना हिंदी में की कुछ अमर फिल्मों में की जाती है. I think you people love movies very well and many of us like Hindi movies very well. Like there are number of beautiful Hindi movies which were forever liked by the people. Among those films, Teesari Kasam is one of the best movies. इस फिल्म ने न केवल अपने गीत, संगीत, कहानी की बदौलत शोहरत पाई है, बल्कि इसमें अपने ज़माने के सबसे बड़े शोमैन राजा कपूर ने अपने फिल्मी जीवन की सबसे बेहतरीन एक्टिंग करके सबको चमत्कृत कर दिया. You know, because of this film and because of the songs, because of the music, and because of the story or the theme of the movie, it is just given a very great name and fame in those days, even in the present, and just remember, even in the future. And say, apart from this, the most wonderstruck thing is Raj Kapoor. He proved himself the best showman of the times, and he was just made the people wonder with his super acting. He is known as a super actor of those times, and he made the people just stare at him with so much of wonder. फिल्मी ही हीरोइन वहीदा रहमान ने भी वैसा ही अभिनय कर दिखाया जैसी उनसे उम्मीद थी. And the most famous actress of those times, the heroine was Wahida Rahman, and her action was up to the expectations of the people of the country by the time. She was believed to be the best actress of those days, and through this film she also proved herself that she was a successful and the most wondrous heroine. इस मायने में एक यादगार फिल्म होने के बावजूद तीसरी कसम को आज इसलिए भी याद किया जाता है क्योंकि इस फिल्म के निर्माण ने यह भी उजागर कर दिया कि हिंदी फिल्म जगत में एक सार्थक और उद्देश्यपरक फिल्म बनाना कितना कठिन और जोखिम का काम है. See children, we just go to the theater, see the movie and enjoy that and we come back. But this film has made a magic over the audience. You know, it has made a magic of people by making itself, see, uncompared to any other movie because of its, say, Nirman. What is Nirman? Nirman means making of the film. Not only because of its Nirman, it was always full of glorifying the Hindi field, glorifying the Hindi cinema field, and it was totally with an ideal. And we come to know at last that making a film is not only, say, a very difficult job, also it is something like a risky job. You know, jokhim, risky. It's not a game of children. It's not a game of fun. It's a very risky, difficult task. Making a film in any language, that too a film which is said to be the ideal film and a film that should be remembered by people forever and ever. It's not only a difficult task but also a risky task. Now let us just get into the lesson. तीसरी कसम के शिल्पकार शैलेंद्र. In fact, the lesson talks about the, say, builder or the engineer or maybe the force of the movie Teesari Kasam by name Shailendra. Shailendra, as we all know, is a lyricist. He was an excellent lyricist of Hindi movies, particularly in 1950s and in the later years to come. संगम की अद्भुत सफलता ने राज कपूर में गहन आत्मविश्वास भर दिया और उसने एक साथ 4 फिल्मों के निर्माण की घोषणा की. मेरा नाम जोकर, अजंता, मैं और मेरा दोस्त और सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम. I think, my dear children, all of you like movies very much. These were the movies that made a big halchal in the field of Hindis. In those days, Mera Naam Joker, it's a very successful movies. Ajanta, My Aur Mera Dost, and Satyam Shivam Sundaram. It was all, say, the magic made by Raj Kapoor. Before that, he acted in one movie by name Sangam. I think you people of the present generation may not be knowing about these beautiful films of those days. Ask your parents. Ask your parents to show these pictures, maybe through something like CD or DVDs. You will enjoy what is meant by a real movie. What you see today and what you can see of those times is totally different. When he was successful in the movie by name Sangam, it seems Raja Kapoor has, say, filled his heart with so much of confidence. And totally he has given his, say, consent for the making of 4 movies at a time. They are Mera Naam Joker, Ajanta, My Aur Mera Dost, और सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम. पर जब 1965 में राज कपूर ने मेरा नाम जोकर का निर्माण आरंभ किया, तब संभवतः उसने भी यह कल्पना नहीं की होगी कि इस फिल्म का एक ही भाग बनाने में 6 वर्षों का समय लग जाएगा. You know, the most wonderful and mysterious picture of Hindi film field, Mera Naam Joker. For making this film only took more than 10-11 years. You can understand what is the depth of the movie. What is the hard work of the people behind the screen. Even Raj Kapoor also did not dream, it seems, that Mera Naam Joker will take that much time for its production. It took more than 6 years, it seems, before he started the work of any other movie. इन 6 वर्षों के अंतराल में राज कपूर द्वारा अभिनीत कई फिल्में प्रदर्शित हुई, जिनमें सन 1966 में प्रदर्शित कवि शैलेंद्र की तीसरी कसम भी शामिल है. When there was a gap of 6 years for the production of Mera Naam Joker, Raj Kapoor was having a very busy schedule with another movie by name Teesri Kasam. And this Teesri Kasam also was released during this period, which was totally the hard work of the lyricist शैलेंद्र. यह वह फिल्म है जिसमें राज कपूर ने अपने जीवन की सर्वोत्कृष्ट भूमिका अदा की. It is said by our Prahlad Agrawal that if you want to see Raj Kapoor in his real acting skill, don't miss Teesri Kasam. He acted in this just like his own role in his life. It a replica of Raj Kapoor's own life in the role of Teesri Kasam. यही नहीं, तीसरी कसम वह फिल्म है जिसने हिंदी साहित्य की एक अत्यंत मार्मिक कृति को सेल्यूलॉइड पर पूरी सार्थकता से उतारा. You know, I'll tell you one more fact. What is said to be, Teesri Kasam? Teesri Kasam is nothing but the successful life, the life of a literary person behind the screen. What is the secret of this success? If you see Teesri Kasam, you can come to know what is it. तीसरी कसम फिल्म नहीं, सेल्यूलॉइड पर लिखी कविता थी. In the words of Prahlad Agrawal, it is said, Teesri Kasam is not just a movie. It is something like a beautiful, melodious kavita. It is said to be a lyric written on the celluloid. Can you understand the word? Now, it is said that Teesri Kasam is not a movie, but a melodious, beautiful song that was, sung by all the, unit of Teesri Kasam. तीसरी कसम शैलेंद्र के जीवन की पहली और अंतिम फिल्म है। It is said that Shailendra was the lyricist and the person to say produce this film by his beautiful melodious songs, and this is perhaps his first and perhaps the last movie of शैलेंद्र। तीसरी कसम को राष्ट्रपति स्वर्ण पदक मिला। बंगाल फिल्म जर्नलिस्ट एसोसिएशन द्वारा सर्वश्रेष्ठ फिल्म और कई अन्य पुरस्कारों द्वारा सम्मानित किया गया। You know why this film has become so popular? I tell you, it was awarded राष्ट्रपति स्वर्ण पदक। What is स्वर्ण पदकम? Gold medal. President's gold medal was awarded to this film, and Bengal Film Journalist Association also has selected this to be the best film in Hindi, and there were many more awards and rewards that were given to तीसरी कसम फिल्म। मॉस्को फिल्म फेस्टिवल में भी यह फिल्म पुरस्कृत हुई। See children, it's not only in India but also in Asia. Moscow, the capital city of Russia, there also this film was awarded in the film festival. इसकी कलात्मकता की लंबी चौड़ी तारीफें हुई। There were so many appraisals that were given to this movie. इसमें शैलेंद्र की संवेदनशीलता पूरी शिद्दत के साथ मौजूद है। You know, behind this story, behind this movie, or behind this celluloid picture, what we see is the inner heart of Shailendra. Totally, it was full of his severe grief and his pathetic situations in the real life of Shailendra. You can see in the movie, you can listen in the songs, you can just see the shade of everything of Shailendra and his real life in this movie. शैलेंद्र ने राज कपूर की भावनाओं को शब्द दिए हैं। In fact, Shailendra has written all the songs of this movie. Shailendra has written the dialogues of this movie. In fact, it is said that Raj Kapoor, what he was thinking in his own mind, what he was getting some illusion in his own mind, it was all given a real form through this movie. राज कपूर ने अपने अनन्य सहयोगी की फिल्म में उतना ही तन्मयता के साथ काम किया, किसी पारिश्रमिक की अपेक्षा किए बगैर। It is said that Raj Kapoor more than 200% worked with a kind of totally getting immersed into the work. He was totally immersing himself into the work of the production of तीसरी कसम, as an actor, as a technical assistant, as everything in the making of the movie. शैलेंद्र ने लिखा था कि वे राज कपूर के पास तीसरी कसम की कहानी सुनाने पहुंचे तो कहानी सुनकर उन्हें बड़े उत्साहपूर्वक काम करना स्वीकार कर लिया। It is expressed by Shailendra himself that when he went to Raj Kapoor to give the story and explain the character and acceptance of his hero, being hero in the movie, Raj Kapoor was very happy. Raj Kapoor wholeheartedly accepted to act in this movie in front of him. And तुरंतु गंभीरता पूर्वक बोले, मेरा पारिश्रमिक एडवांस देना होगा। He said, it seems, okay, I am very much happy to act in this movie, but you need to give me my advance, as it is very common in the industry. That means in the film industry, how people take advance before they start any work. Raj Kapoor also very seriously told to this Shailendra, who is the producer, सर गिव मी माई एडवांस, आई एम रेडी टू एक्ट। शैलेंद्र को ऐसी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि राज कपूर जिंदगी भर की दोस्ती का ये बदला देंगे। शैलेंद्र was not able to just make a decision what could be the remuneration to Raj Kapoor, who was an extremely exceptional hero of those times. He got all his courage lost when he asked him, please pay my remuneration in advance. शैलेंद्र का मुरझाया हुआ चेहरा देखकर राज कपूर ने मुस्कुराते हुए कहा, निकालो 1 रुपया, मेरा पारिश्रमिक पूरा एडवांस। When he was so discouraged and looking like a very, very sad person, Raj Kapoor was not able to control his laughter. He laughed very loudly and just said, "Arey, bring out 1 rupee, that was all my advance. Give me, my friend, 1 rupee of advance for all my work I am going to do in the movie." शैलेंद्र राज कपूर की इस याराना मस्ती से परिचित तो थे, लेकिन एक निर्माता के रूप में बड़े व्यावसायिक सूझबूझ वाले भी चक्कर खा जाते हैं। फिर शैलेंद्र तो फिल्म निर्माता बनने के लिए सर्वथा अयोग्य थे। You know, when this great hero, very highly talented hero told, give me 1 rupee in the form of my remuneration, Shailendra was not able to believe the word, and he was not very clever in fact. Shailendra was not very much smart, and he is, to be frank, unfit for production of a movie, because he do not know what are the things that come under film production, how much smart a person should be. These things were not known to Shailendra. It is said that शैलेंद्र तो फिल्म निर्माता बनने के लिए सर्वथा अयोग्य थे। It is said by Prahlad Agrawal that Shailendra was not fit to be a film producer because he was not so smart, because he was not so clever in these issues related to film production. राज कपूर ने एक अच्छे और सच्चे मित्र की हैसियत से शैलेंद्र को फिल्म की असफलता के खतरों से आगाह भी किया। Just see children, what is the power of friendship? Raj Kapoor in advance told Shailendra. He explained Shailendra as a very close friend to him, what all the things, what all the dangers and what all the problems he is going to be just facing in the future. Mostly, maybe a film is failed, the producer will be hit very seriously throughout the life. We know today the film production is in crores and rupees connection. In those days it was just in thousands and lakhs. Even then he said, "Oh my friend, be aware of failures. Be aware of getting so negative results. Sometimes the most very much interesting and very much awarded films also cannot bring, financially a gain to the producers." So he made Shailendra aware of all these things, in advance. पर वह तो एक आदर्शवादी भावुक कवि था, जिसे अपार संपत्ति और यश तक की इतनी कामना नहीं थी जितनी आत्मसंतुष्टि के सुख की अभिलाषा थी। But fortunately, it was none in the view of Shailendra, because he was very much satisfied only when his soul is satisfied. But it is not about, in the form of profits, in the form of getting so much and so much of gains through the production of this movie. तीसरी कसम कितनी ही महान फिल्म क्यों न रही हो, लेकिन यह एक दुखद सच है कि इसे प्रदर्शित करने के लिए बमुश्किल वितरक मिले। See children, in the first step itself, it proved to be a very, very great loss to the producer. In the beginning of the, say, release of the movie, when it has to be, say, exhibited on the screens, it was very difficult for Shailendra to get the person who will take the responsibility of taking the agency of this film. A film needs to be having many agents, and they should be taking this to different places for its release and work for getting the, say, investment that was put for the film production in return. And it was very difficult for them to get any donor, in fact, for this film in the beginning. बावजूद इसके कि तीसरी कसम में राज कपूर और वहीदा रहमान जैसे नामजद सितारे थे, शंकर जयकिशन का संगीत था जिनकी लोकप्रियता उन दिनों 7वें आसमान पर थी, और इसके गीत भी फिल्म के प्रदर्शन के पूर्व ही बेहद लोकप्रिय हो चुके थे। लेकिन इस फिल्म को खरीदने वाला कोई नहीं था। See the sad situation. Yes, it was the most wonderful film. It was the most successful film. Only by theme, by story, by hero, heroine, songs, music, and all other, say, angles. It was not a very successful when it comes to financial matters. It is said that Shankar Jayakishan was the music director of the film who could create excellent melodious songs that could be listened even today. It was Wahida Rahman and Raja Kapoor who were said to be the, say, eternal hero and heroine of the film, and these two things made the songs of the movie at the peak of those times. Still, there was no person to buy his film. That means the person who has to make it exhibited on the celluloid, there was nobody who came forward to buy this picture. दरअसल इस फिल्म की संवेदना किसी 2 से 4 बनाने का गणित जानने वाले की समझ से परे थी। In fact, we know generally films are made, films are produced to make double the time, triple the time, say, profits. But when we talk about this Teesari Kasam's movie, it was not for any financial gains. It was totally above such kind of worldly, say, expectations. उसमें रची बसी करुणा तराजू पर तौली जा सकने वाली चीज नहीं थी। Actually speaking, what all the factors that come in the movie can never be calculated, can never be weighed, or can never be taken into worldly or materialistic things. इसीलिए बमुश्किल जब तीसरी कसम रिलीज हुई तो इसका कोई प्रचार नहीं हुआ। We know a film is successful when a lot and lot of advertisement will go about it. But the very sad part of this movie is when Teesari Kasam was released, there was no advertisement about the film. There was nobody to tell audience about the film that is going to be released shortly. Today we know before the film is released, so much and so much of advertisement will go about even a very, say, small scale movie, even a very short movie, or even any such effort of film industry. फिल्म कब आई कब चली गई मालूम ही नहीं पड़ा. See the saddest part. When the film was released and when the film was taken back, nobody knows. Because making advertisement was not at all there and nobody came forward to do that. Say, it is said to be the premium task. It was not there at all. And when the film was released, nobody knows. When the film was taken back, nobody knew. ऐसा नहीं कि शैलेंद्र 20 सालों तक फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में रहते हुए भी वहाँ के तौर तरीकों के ना वाकिफ थे. It is not that Shailendra was not in touch with the say things going on and the atmosphere of film industry, though he was there more than 20 years in the film field. No, it was not that he was unaware of things. परंतु उनमें उलझकर वे अपनी आदमियत को नहीं खो सकते थे. Just listen, children. It was the fact that he never wanted to just sell away himself. What is to selling away oneself? That means not coming into the attraction of money for personal ends, for personal ideals and for personal mottos. He was never ready to say sacrifice his self-respect for the making of money. श्री 420 का एक लोकप्रिय गीत है. Perhaps you might have also listened this song. प्यार हुआ इकरार हुआ है, प्यार से फिर क्यों डरता है दिल. हम लोग आज भी सुनते हैं इसको और इतना इतना आनंद पाते हैं कि वो जो नया नया सॉन्ग है. बट इट्स परहैप्स द ओल्डेस्ट मूवी सॉन्ग बाय राज कपूर एंड वहीदा रहमान. This song that was there in that particular movie by name श्री 420. उसके अंतरे के एक पंक्ति रातों दसों दिशाओं से कहेंगी अपनी कहानियाँ. In that Shailendra has used one small sentence. He said that रातें दसों दिशाओं में कहेंगी. How many are the directions in the world? There are 4. If not, say, sub-directions are also added, there are 8. But in this Kavi is telling दसों दिशाओं में. दसों दिशाओं में means in all 10 directions. Why? A very well known, very great scholar like Shailendra, why did he make this mistake? 10 directions he is using. No, there are no 10 directions at all. पर संगीतकार जयकिशन ने आपत्ति की. So, जो शंकर जयकिशन इसके म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर थे, वे क्या बोले? No, it should not be 10 directions. I object this, he told very clearly. उनका ख्याल था कि दर्शक 4 दिशाएं तो समझ सकते हैं, 10 दिशाएं नहीं. What was his argument by Shankar Jaikishan was, he was telling, अरे a common audience can never understand that there are 10 directions. To the knowledge of a common audience is only 4 directions. How could you write like that 10 directions are there? It was his, say, base of argument. लेकिन शैलेंद्र परिवर्तन के लिए तैयार नहीं हुए. But Shailendra was telling, no, I am not going to make this version into 4 directions. I want the word दसों दिशाओं, like that only he said. उनका दृढ़ मंतव्य था कि दर्शकों की रुचि की आड़ में हमें उतलेपन को उन पर नहीं थोपना चाहिए. See, Shailendra told only one thing. See, my dear Shankar Jaikishan, I am not going to make my self-respect down just because audience cannot understand it. No, I just stuck on my own word, that is 10 directions. Dasho Dishavon, what is the real meaning of this? Every corner of the world, but not the count of directions. What I meant is, it should be spread in the whole world. So, just because of the misunderstanding of audience, I don't want to change my, say, Kavita, he said. I don't want to make myself come down in my Kavita or imagination. कलाकार का यह कर्तव्य भी है कि वह उपभोक्ता की रुचियों का परिष्कार करने का प्रयत्न करे. Yes, it is also there that through his work, a poet or a lyricist or a producer or a director, maybe an actor, they have to satisfy the common audience. Yes, it is also there, but Shailendra was very, very strict on his term Daso Dishao, because he said a very good audience can understand what I wanted to just express. और उनका यकीन गलत नहीं था. Yes, what Shailendra was thinking 100% it was true. यही नहीं, वे बहुत अच्छे गीत भी जो उन्होंने लिखे बेहद लोकप्रिय हुए. अरे taking out this small thing, all his songs, all his works, all his lyrics became mostly loved by the audience. Whoever will listen to the song, they used to love them very much and very much. शैलेंद्र ने झूठे अभिजात्य को कभी नहीं अपनाया. You know what is abhijatya? Abhijatya means, I tell you, a kind of ego, a kind of proud nature, a kind of being greater than others. Never Shailendra had, gone into the, magic of ego. He was always very simple, very simple and just mixing with people, though he was an excellent, extraordinary writer of songs. उनके गीत भाव प्रवण थे. Now, it is said that all his songs were full of beautiful ideas, full of beautiful bhava. His feelings were very high in their status. Durukh nahi, they were very easily understood. They were never difficult. They were never difficult to understand. That's why he got that much of popularity as a lyric writer. मेरा जूता है जापानी, ये पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी, सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. I think many of you know this song. This song talks about the Indianity of Shailendra Kavi. He said, मेरा जूता है जापानी, my shoes are bought from Japan. ये पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी, look at my dress, yes, this is from England. सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी, look at my cap on my head, it is bought from Russia. फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. My dear friends, I am by my heart and soul, I am an Indian. Though I am wearing different countries' products on my body, just check my soul, I am an Indian by all means. यह गीत शैलेंद्र की लिख सकते थे. It is said by Prahlad Agarwal that this type of song can be written only by Shailendra, not by anybody else. शांत नदी के प्रवाह और समुद्र की गहराई लिए हुए. If you look into the meaning of this, you know children, what do you find? शांत नदी का प्रवाह, the flow of peaceful waters of a river. समुद्र की गहराई, and the meaning and the depth of the words and the concept that is given in this meaning is as deep as an ocean. यही विशेषता उनकी जिंदगी की थी और यही उन्होंने अपने फिल्म के द्वारा भी साबित किया था. It is said that throughout the life, Shailendra has maintained this kind of a unique nature, and even in his movie, he has shown this 100% successfully. This kind of depth in the meaning, this kind of simplicity in the words, it is possible only to a person by name Shailendra. तीसरी कसम यदि एकमात्र नहीं तो चंद उन फिल्मों में से है जिन्होंने साहित्य रचना के साथ 100% न्याय किया हो। मे बी तीसरी कसम इज नॉट वेरी सक्सेसफुल, बट वेयर शैलेंद्र हैज रिटन some other songs, maybe some other kind of say screenplay and other things, he was doing 100% success even in other work. Maybe Tisri Kasam is not a very great or very successful movie. His writings and his say angles, his views were very much successful even when he worked in some other movies. तीसरी कसम यदि एकमात्र नहीं तो चंद उन फिल्मों से है जिन्होंने साहित्य रचना के साथ 100% न्याय किया हो। मे बी तीसरी कसम इज अ फेल्यूर। इट इज सेड दैट हिज वर्क्स, द वर्क्स ऑफ शैलेंद्र इन अदर मूवीज आर 100% सक्सेसफुल एज दे वर इन तीसरी कसम। शैलेंद्र ने राज कपूर जैसे स्टार को हीरामन बना दिया। It is said that Raj Kapoor was given a new form like Hiraman in Tisri Kasam, that is the name of Raj Kapoor in that movie. And Man, what is Man? Man means manas, mind. Raj Kapoor was described to be a person like Hira. What is Hira? Hira is a diamond. And it is said that हीरामन पर राज कपूर हावी नहीं हो सका। Maybe he was not very successful in the say terms of finance, but he was a हीरामन. Raj Kapoor became हीरामन because of his role in तीसरी कसम। और छींट की सस्ती साड़ी में लिपटी हीराबाई ने वहीदा रहमान की प्रसिद्ध ऊंचाइयों को बहुत पीछे छोड़ दिया। We know in this movie Wahida Rahman, the most dashing heroine of those days, was seen in almost a very simple costume, but Hirabai remained Hirabai forever. She was a lady diamond, he was a man but like a diamond. So Hiraman, Hirabai, the hero and heroine of this movie, they remained successful throughout their life just by acting in the movie Tisri Kasam. As a film, it was so valuable and so precious, so successful. कजरी नदी के किनारे उकड़ू बैठा हीरामन जब गीत गाते हुए हीराबाई से पूछता है, मन समझती है ना आप? It is said that on the river bank of Kajri, she was sitting, just kneeling down in her very simple sari, like a poor woman. When she was sitting like that, Hirabai was asked by the Hiraman, by Raj Kapoor. Wahida Rahman was put a question like this: Man samajhti hai na aap? Do you understand me? Do you know about my thinking? Then Hirabai जुबान से नहीं आंखों से बोलती है. It seems Wahida Rahman will answer Raj Kapoor not through her words. She did not open her mouth, but her answer was expressed through her eyes. You know, it is said that our eyes speak more than our lips. Our eyes can express so many things than our words. दुनिया भर के शब्द उस भाषा को अभिव्यक्ति नहीं दे सकते. According to the writer, it is said, even if you bring all the vocabulary of all the languages, they cannot express what our eyes express. It is said, beyond our imagination, our eyes can speak. ऐसी ही सूक्ष्मताओं से स्पंदित थी तीसरी कसम. Whether you believe it or not, children, you people can not understand what is the depth of this movie in base of this kind of expressions. This is a very, very simple thing, and this is something which is said to be a minute thing but such minute things are thousands and thousands in this movie, which is said to be, say, the best and best of all the movies. अपनी मस्ती में डूबकर झूमते गाते गाड़ीवान, चलत मुसाफिर मोह लियो रे पिंजड़े वाली मुनिया. It is said that in this one song is there which was sung by a cart driver. You know what is that cart? It is a cart which has a chapper. You know what is a chapper? Chapper is a roof. In the olden days, there were bullock carts. I think we can see some bullock carts even today in some villages. These bullock carts used to have some kind of roof on the, say, cart. When particularly ladies of rich families, say, make a journey, this kind of roof carts were mostly preferred. When this heroine will be traveling in this gadi, which is called, say, Tapar Gadi, when Hirabai was going in this, say, gadi or cart, the cart driver sings this song. Chalatam misafir mokuliyo re, pinjade wali munia. That means, say, the lonely heroine is said to be like a Chalata Musafir. Musafir, that means a traveler that is going all alone, taking the name of love for her, say, lover. She is going like, say, a bird which is just caught in a cage. He sings this song and it touches our hearts, because a bird that is totally captured in a cage is always not at all free. She is totally caught in dependence, and whether she will reach the target or not, nobody knows. The cart driver was just in sympathy of this girl, or maybe the heroine, that is हीराबाई. टप्पर गाड़ी में हीराबाई को जाते हुए देखकर उनके पीछे दौड़ते गाते बच्चों का हुजूम. There was a big crowd of children, it seems, because it's a village. When she was going in this Tapar Gadi or a covered cart, there were small children running, singing behind the cart. What they were singing, you know? Lali lali doliya mein, lali re dulhaniya. She was wearing a red sari, and you know, red sari is a costume of a girl when she is going to get married. It was said to be the wedding costume. It was said that the small children who observed her in marriage dress, they were singing like this, it seems, Lali lali doliya mein. That means in a red costume, red, say, that cradle, this girl is going and she is a dulhaniya. What is dulhaniya? A bride. एक नौटंकी की बाई में अपनापन खोज लेने वाला सरल हृदय गाड़ीवान. See the cart driver and his feelings, so touching feelings. In a village drama or in a folk dance, what happens? People will just open their heart and use the very simple words which really touch the person. The words have that much depth. And this kind of heart-touching words, this kind of thought-provoking words are in thousands in every song, every dialogue, and each and every word of Tisri Kasam. That is the greatness of the movie Tisri Kasam. अभावों की जिंदगी जीते लोगों के सपने ले कह कहे. People were laughing, people were getting enjoyment, you know, when a heroine failed, when a hero was very sad. It is very natural. When somebody cries, we enjoy it. When somebody is happy, we feel, say, very sad. This is the attitude of humans. It is said that, see, when life of any person is full of shortages, this is all, say, a matter of fun for others. हमारी फिल्मों की सबसे बड़ी कमजोरी होती है लोक तत्व का अभाव. According to Prahlad Agrawal, he is telling that Indian films are weak in one particular angle. You know what is that? Worldly knowledge cannot be taken as seriously as how the films of other countries are made. Worldly philosophical things will never be touched in our movies. The movies of India, वे जिंदगी से दूर होती हैं. According to Prahlad Agrawal, it is said that Indian movie is always away from reality. यदि त्रासद स्थितियों को चित्रांकन होता है तो उन्हें ग्लोरीफाई किया जाता है. Whenever there is some kind of scenery which is said to be a tragic scene or which is said to be a sad scene, we glorify that it seems. By picturizing that particular scene, Indian film always highlights it, it seems. दुख का ऐसा भीभत्स रूप प्रस्तुत होता है जो दर्शकों का भावनात्मक शोषण कर सके. See children, how say funny it is when a person is crying, when a person is in a sad mood or in a grief. Is it something to be highlighted like that? But the weak point of Indian movies is that when the hero or heroine is going to be in a very tragic or sad condition, the director, maybe the other people highlight it and that will be away from reality. These kind of things are going on in Telugu or any local or any Indian films from the beginning, according to Prahlad Agrawal. और तीसरी कसम की यह खास बात थी कि वह दुख को भी सहज स्थिति में जीवन सापेक्ष प्रस्तुत करती है. बट सी चिल्ड्रन, वाई तीसरी कसम इज स्पेशल? वाई तीसरी कसम इज अ very successful movie in other aspects is when very important turning point of any life comes. तीसरी कसम shows it very naturally, not with a kind of a bhibhatsam or maybe a very high peak of say making fun. No, the saddest moments of the heroine, the saddest moments of the hero were shown very cool, very softly and very naturally. The very important thing is they were picturized very naturally. There comes the glory of तीसरी कसम. मैंने शैलेंद्र को गीतकार नहीं कवि कहा है. प्रहलाद जी बोल रहे हैं, सुनिए, I did not mention him like say just गीतकार. What is गीतकार? A lyricist. No, I tell शैलेंद्र is a poet. वे सिनेमा की चकाचौंध के बीच रहते हुए यश और धन लिप्सा से कोसों दूर थे. He was in the film field. We know it is a field of so many attractions. It is a field of so much of a pull towards financial matters. But this Shailendra was never such. He was always away from financial or worldly matters. जो बात उनकी जिंदगी में थी वही उनके गीतों में भी थी. What were the things in his life? The same reflected in his songs. The same reflected in all his literary works. उनके गीतों में सिर्फ करुणा नहीं, जूझने का संकेत भी था. His songs were full of kindness. His songs were full of a kind of pathetic feeling. Not only that, there was also a nature of turning against. It's called a revolutionary say aspect. और वह प्रक्रिया भी मौजूद थी जिसके तहत अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंच जाता है. And the way he writes his songs, the way he expresses his feelings is just nothing but reaching his goal. By means of fighting against or turning against the prevailing situations in the society. The only goal of his is just to become successful in whatever he wanted to express. व्यथा आदमी को पराजित नहीं करती, उसे आगे बढ़ाने का संदेश देती है. According to Shailendra, sadness, tragic scene or whatever may be the, say, a very very difficult situation never defeat a human. They always give rise for coming forward, for making a progress and become prosperous. According to Kavi, always our difficulties lead to make the man quite a successful person. शैलेंद्र ने तीसरी कसम को अपनी भाव प्रणवता का सर्वश्रेष्ठ तथ्य प्रदान किया. It is said that तीसरी कसम always made, say, Shailendra, that always it was first, supermost and the best one, just because of the concept he has taken, just because of the emotions he tried to express. मुकेश की आवाज में शैलेंद्र का यह गीत तो अद्वितीय बन गया है. You know, I'll give you the best example how all his feelings were very very successful just in the voice of Mukesh, a popular singer of Hindi songs. सजनवा बैरी हो गए हमार चिट्ठिया तो हर कोई बाँचे भाग न बाँचे कोई. It is said a lover to love. All my writings, all my love letters are what all the things I could convey you through paper. Yes, they became enemies of both of us, and nobody could read what is there in the letters. They made you and me enemies through their selfish motives. That is what Shailendra wanted to tell people. That means you can destroy the physical things, you can never destroy the feelings of heart. What the hero wants to tell is nobody could read what was behind the letters of my letters and your letters. They could destroy the letters, but they could never destroy my feelings or your feelings. This is what the way of thinking of Shailendra. अभिनय के दृष्टिकोण से तीसरी कसम राज कपूर की जिंदगी की सबसे हसीन फिल्म है. In view of action, in view of just living in the role, we know in the life of Raj Kapoor, the most beautiful performance of Raj Kapoor could be seen in तीसरी कसम. राज कपूर जिन्हें समीक्षक और कला मर्मग्न आंखों से बात करने वाले कलाकार मानते हैं, तीसरी कसम में मासूमियत के चरमोत्कर्ष के छूते हैं. It is said that Raj Kapoor is said to be the best critic of movies, the best critic of doing expression through eyes. And तीसरी कसम is the best say example where he could reach the peak of action. It is said that innocent language of eyes, masumiyat, very innocent. This is in Hindi known as nadan. What is nadan? Who does not know what is good, what is bad? A very small kid, maybe an infant. That is the comparison given to the eyes of the heroine of the movie. मासूमियत के चरमोत्कर्ष. What is चरमोत्कर्ष? Highest point of action, the peak of action. अभिनेता राज कपूर जितनी ताकत के साथ तीसरी कसम में मौजूद हैं, उतना जागते रहो में भी नहीं. राज कपूर जी का और एक सक्सेसफुल फिल्म है जागते रहो. It is said by our Prahlad Agrawal that Raj Kapoor did not do that much of a successful action what he could do in तीसरी कसम. जागते रहो में राज कपूर के अभिनय को बहुत सराहा गया, लेकिन तीसरी कसम वह फिल्म है जिसमें राज कपूर अभिनय नहीं करता. वह हीरामन के साथ एकाकार हो गया है. It is said that Raj Kapoor has shown the highest maximum excellence of acting in जागते रहो. But it is said by Prahlad, the writer of our lesson, that Raj Kapoor did not do any action in तीसरी कसम. In other words, just he lived the character. He lived the character of the hero of तीसरी कसम. It is said that Hiraman is Raj Kapoor is Hiraman. That means he just made the character as a replica of Raj Kapoor. खालिस देहाती बुच्च गाड़ीवान जो सिर्फ दिल की जुबान समझता है, दिमाग की नहीं. You know, in this film, the गाड़ीवाला is Raj Kapoor. The गाड़ीवाला Raj Kapoor understands only the language of heart, not the language of words, not the language of any other human activities. He can understand only the language of heart and emotions. जिसके लिए मोहब्बत के सिवा किसी दूसरी चीज का कोई अर्थ नहीं. According to this गाड़ीवाला Hiravan, it is said that there is no word in the world which has meaning except love. He says love is having all the meaning of the words in the world, but all other words are not at all words. बहुत बड़ी बात है कि तीसरी कसम राज कपूर के अभिनय जीवन का वह मुकाम है जब वह एशिया के सबसे बड़े शोमैन के रूप में स्थापित हो चुके थे. According to Prahlad ji, it is said that Rajkumar has attained such a great name and fame just because of his role in तीसरी कसम, not because of any other movie. This is a 100% fact according to Prahlad ji. उनका अपना व्यक्तित्व एक किंवदंती बना चुका था. It is said that his personality has become something unique in the coming days after the movie तीसरी कसम. लेकिन तीसरी कसम में वह महिमामय व्यक्तित्व पूरी तरह हीरामन की आत्मा में उतर गया. Whatever may be the other opinions of people about Raj Kapoor, after the film of तीसरी कसम, Rajkumar stood in the minds and hearts of people just like Hiraman, but not like Raj Kapoor. वह कहीं हीरामन का अभिनय नहीं करता, अपितु खुद हीरामन में ढल गया है. It is just because he never was acting like Hiraman, but he was only Hiraman. He was no more Raj Kapoor. He was always Hiraman in the movie Hiraman. तीसरी कसम is such a thing. Hiraman is none but Raj Kapoor. Raj Kapoor is no more, but only Hiraman is there. हीराबाई की फेन गिलासी बोली पर रीछता हुआ उसकी मनुवा नटुआ जैसी भोली सूरत पर न्योछावर होता हुआ और हीराबाई की तनिक सी उपेक्षा पर अपने अस्तित्व को जूझता हुआ सच्चा हीरामन बन गया है. According to the story of तीसरी कसम, the heroine will undergo many pressures. She will undergo many difficulties, many problems. But whenever she gives out a dialogue, Hiraman, Raj Kapoor, in other words, always tries to get only the positivity but never the negativity. And he was, getting himself sacrificed for the innocent beauty of the girl, that is Hirabai. And he was never making any kind of negligence towards the innocent, beautiful girl Hirabai, and because of all these things, he became the real Hiraman in the name तीसरी कसम मूवी. तीसरी कसम की पटकथा मूल कहानी के लेखक फणीश्वर नाथ रेणु ने स्वयं तैयार की थी. It is said that तीसरी कसम की the movie's screenplay, dialogue and all other necessary things to put it on celluloid is totally made by Phanishwarnath Renu, that is none but Shailendra. कहानी का रेशा रेशा, उसकी छोटे से छोटी बारीकियाँ फिल्म में पूरी तरह उतर आई. It is finally concluded by Prahlad Agrawal that whatever he wanted to make, maybe the minutest dialogue, minutest scene or minutest, I tell you, the emotion was 100% was taken into the movie of every sensible thought, of every heart-touching dialogue, of every heart-touching small word also. This is what about Tisari Kasam, that was maybe a failure in terms of finance, but 200% success in all its values of a very great film in Hindi. Thank you, children. If you have any doubts, let us make the clarification of doubts in our next class.